Alright, and hey there, Prox Gaming Crew, and this is Proxify here, and welcome back to another episode of our time of some more of the Tears of the Kingdom Let's Play. And if you guys do currently see where I am right now, I'm almost about to be able to knock out this guy once and for all, and thank goodness, the siege construct is done. And let me just say that the second phase of that battle is pretty annoying, if I have to say so myself, because you kind of have to play a little bit of cat and mouse with the guy until he goes and drops back down. But however, it looks like he's not going to be battling anymore. And now let's go and finally get ourselves with that next stage so that we can finally be able to go and put that to some good use finally. And within these two videos for today, not only are we going to be doing our time within everything of here of Tears of the Kingdom, but we are also going to be doing some Yokai Watch as well too. Alright, and finally, we are now done and finished out of here. Let's go and get ourselves with that heart container. Thank you very much. I'll make sure to go and add that to our time there. Now, also, I just want to go and let you guys know that during the time of the actual battle, I did have to go and use on some of my special type of food. So, unfortunately, I don't have all the type of food that I do need to go and do, but we'll have to go and craft up with some other type of cooking ingredients a little bit later on for right now. But there it is, just waiting for us to go and pick it up, and let's go and finally do it. Now, I don't know if I need to go and have this here with our time of Mineru, or if we may probably have to go and dismount. Let's just go and walk up to it and see what happens first. Okay, so it looks like you can't actually go and do it with Mineru within the time of seeing that happen.
Zelda asked me to aid you, Link. I am the Sage of Spirit, and one of the Zonai. Mineru. I am glad to meet you, Link. I must thank you. It is because of you that we have recovered my secret stone. Originally, my intent was to awaken when you first found the Porapad, then to guide you to my construct and assist you on your journey. I had not anticipated a battle with that same construct. You have proven quite adept, and I am grateful for all your efforts. Link, here. Mineru, Sage of Spirit, I grant my power unto you. I believe it will serve you well. With this power I've given, a deep bond has been forged between us. And from this point forward, my spirit will reside within that construct. I will help you however I can.
All right. And there we go. So now we got ourselves with finally having the sage now of Mineru being a part of our team. But let's go and read on what Mineru does have to go and say now. So I'm the one who lived in the distant past in the age of the Hyrule's founding. Circumstances forced me to go and forsake my body and became a being of pure spirits. But long have I slumbered with Zelda's pure pad in order to go and share what I know, or share what I knew when it passed into your hands. But I apologize for our meeting has been so long delayed. The Demon King's interference is to blame. Nevertheless, I go and ask for your pardon. Now, on with the topic at hand, in my own age, my distant past from your perspective, Zelda awakened as the sage of time and appeared before us. What I must relate to you is a tragedy that occurred in Hyrule's history, but at its crux was Zelda, who held the secret stone and traversed time. She had made a momentous decision in those days gone by, but I would have you know that of the resolve that she would pour into that blade, the Master Sword. And there we go, and I think we already kind of know about the Master Sword.
My people, known as the Zonai, came down from the heavens to the surface of the world. It was said they were descendants of gods. They bore treasures from these same gods, secret stones capable of amplifying the abilities of those who possessed them. Using the knowledge of the Zonai, my younger brother Rauru became a great leader. He met a young woman named Sonia, and they would wed. Rauru gifted Sonia one of the secret stones. Together, they sought to establish their kingdom. This is how the Kingdom of Hyrule, with Rauru and Sonia as its first king and queen, came to be. The future looked bright. However, tragedy suddenly struck. A man of great evil emerged from the desert. The leader of the Gerudo, Ganondorf, killed Queen Sonia and stole her secret stone. Using the secret stone, Ganondorf transformed into the Demon King. He then created swarms of monsters and attacked. Hyrule rose up to face these threats, but the evil power driving the monsters forward was staggering. The defenders were on the brink of defeat. Rauru then came up with a plan to turn the tide of the war. He entrusted secret stones to warriors with exceptional abilities. They became sages and united in an effort to finally defeat the Demon King. Rauru and the sages outnumbered the Demon King and should have been able to stop him. However, the Demon King's power had grown far beyond anything we could have imagined. I was unable to withstand his strength. Our fight appeared all but lost. And then, Rauru. Committed himself to one final act.
That pride will be your downfall, Ganondorf! to solve your problems. But are you ready to pay the price for this?
Don't be so smug. I know exactly what it will cost me.
Thousands of years will pass in the blink of an eye. You only delay the inevitable.
You're wrong. Years from now, someone will appear with the sword that seals the darkness. A swordsman with the power to defeat you. Link. Remember this name.
Interesting. I look forward to meeting you.
Aha!
Alright, so now we actually knew exactly what has happened and what transpired during the time before we even managed to even head on down into the Hyrule Castle when we were going and playing around with our time as Link. So you know that this tragedy has the imprisoning war, but though it took all that we were able to go and give, we succeeded in imprisoning the Demon King, but I was wounded in the process and my body was soon to expire, and that is when Zelda came to me bearing a decayed and broken sword. Yes, and you'll recall how the Master Sword vanished from your hand into the Temple of Time, where from there it traveled into a distant past appearing in Zelda's hands, and now it holds it once again. And that's how we were able to go and keep our sword right there.
You're saying that sword traveled through time the same way you did?
Yes, but more importantly, in my original time, the Demon King was vulnerable to even the smallest piece of this sword.
Even someone like him has vulnerabilities. Then, what exactly are you suggesting we do with the sword?
Over time, the Master Sword is able to absorb sacred power. It can heal itself, and even grow stronger.
Curious. If we were able to empower it in that way, it could be the key to defeating the Demon King. But it could take centuries for that sword to grow strong enough. The power the Demon King wields. I do not see how this can be done. It would be impossible for you to provide it with sacred power for so long.
I can think of one way.
You mean?
Yes, I can do it. I have to.
I've told you, that act is forbidden for a very good reason. It would mean throwing yourself away.
Oh, Mineru!
You won't be able to change back.
The moment I had the sword, I knew what to do. I knew this was why I came to this era. I want to restore the Master Sword and deliver it to Link.
I understand. You really have made up your mind? Very well then. As a Zonai, I bear my share of blame for these events. So I too will devote myself to this goal and to this hero of yours. For the swordsman Link, I will do everything I can. Even if my body should perish, I will still be with you in spirit.
Alright, so now we gotta know a little bit about what else was going on with Zelda and Mineru there, but let's go and continue onwards. So after Zelda and I discussed tragedy, we laid the groundwork for guiding you into the distant future. Before the glue's affliction took my life, I became a spirit and entered the Pad, and then Zelda did what she felt must and began the forbidden process. She believed that you would use the Master Sword to defeat the Demon King and restore peace to Hyrule. You already have in hand the hope that Zelda left you, the sword that seals the darkness, the Master Sword. So go on now, Link. With the sword of hope that Zelda left to you, you will surely smite the Demon King Ganondorf. Well, hopefully we should. We've been battling out with Ganondorf at least twice so far, and hopefully we can go and try to do it for a third time. But both of them were both Phantom Ganon, so we haven't really seen the actual true Ganon yet. So guidance from the ancient past has now finally been completed. We also have the sage for Mineru to finally be here. So nice. So Trail of the Master Sword. Well, that's already been done. So that's already completed. So we already know that we already went and taken care of that. No problem. So what else are we going to be doing now, huh? So we have to go and find the... Well, that's already been completed. So what else is going to happen here? Because we already went and taken care of the adventure log, right? Huh. Alright, well, you know what? We'll just hold it off for right now, and we'll just end it off here for today. At least we got ourselves with a lot of knowledge that was happening from before the events that were even occurring during the time of, at the very beginning of the game that was happening. But all that we have to go and do now is that we will go and jump into Yokai Watch 4 as well, and hope you guys do go and check that out. And of course, peace.